Are you ready to create your very first application in ServiceNow? If you've been waiting to dive into ServiceNow development but didn't know where to start, you're in the right place. By the end of this video, you'll have a working application you can proudly call your own. Let's get started. Hi, my name is Mladen Milic and welcome to Milic Media ServiceNow channel where I help you master ServiceNow one step at a time. If you're new here, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notifications so you don't miss any of my ServiceNow tips and tutorials. Today we're going to build a simple tracker application in ServiceNow, a perfect project for beginners that introduces you to tables, forms, and automation. You ready? Let's do this. Here we have the uh, basically a developer, ServiceNow developer instance. First thing first, we need to set up your application. So log into your ServiceNow developer instance. If you don't already have an instance, check out my previous video where I walk you through the setup. It's completely free. Now in the application navigator, search for Studio like this. Here you'll see a create up, you'll see various applications, and what you want to do is hit this create application. Here you'll see a form asking for basic details. Let's name this app Task Tracker. And we can add a description like an app to track and manage simple tasks. We can have this application created in a scope and hit create. We basically now have generated app shell. ServiceNow automatically sets up the basic structure for you. Pretty cool, right? And if we click here, continue, we can set up the classic UI tables. What we want to do here is create a new table. So now that we have our app shell, we need a database table to store data. Tables are like spreadsheets where each row is a record and columns represent fields. So here we can hit create new table. We can create a table from scratch. And I guess we can give table a name, but we'll come back to this. First, looks like that we need to add fields. So first field, let's give it a name, task name, and it's going to be type string. Then next field, we're gonna give it name assigned to, and we're gonna type it to a reference field, and it's going to reference a sys user, so user table, where all the users are based. And fourth field, we're gonna give it a name status, and we're gonna make it a choice. Drop down with none, drop down without none. Let's give it a drop down with none, hit continue. So here we're gonna name it a, let's just name it a task table. We're gonna click this, skip this, make extensible and auto number. I'm gonna hit continue. So right now, the ServiceNow has created a table. So great job, your data foundation is ready. So if we click here, continue, and we go to done with tables, we can actually look at our application. If we just click here, reload, we should be able to find it here in the list. So here is our freshly designed application with one table. So here is the table what we just created. The assigned to status task name, and those are the fields. Assigned to, status, yeah, due date. We forgot to create a due date. Let's quickly do that. Here we want to find the date time field. I'm gonna name it a due date. Column name is gonna come automatically. This we don't really need to set up. And now we have a due date. So now here we can refresh this list. So now we have assigned to due date, status, and task name. These are custom fields, and the remaining fields they're created by the system. And here, once we're done, we click save, and that's that. Now, what we want to do, we have a form which we want to edit, and we want to give it a user-friendly interface. So here inside of the ServiceNow Studio in the app, we can go to the Forms section. So we can actually do this in Form Designer. Here basically you can drag and drop fields to design the layout of your forms. So our task tracker will use all 4 fields we just created. So we can arrange them logically, like the task name. First, it can stay here. Then the assigned to can come under the task name, and then the due date and status we can keep on this side. And once you're happy with the layout, you click save, and just like that, your now app has a functional interface, which we can check here if we just go to show form. So here is the task name, the assigned to field, which is looking into the sysuser table, the due date, which is going automatically set in the date time, and the status. Oops, the status does not have selections yet. Let's quickly do that here. So we can just go back like this. So we're gonna open the status field. And here we need to add the choices. So first choice, let's start with open. Let's give it a value 1 and the sequence 10. We want to make it on top. Then the next field, let's, the selection, let's put it in progress. The value should be 2 and the sequence 20. And finally, let's select, give it a name completed. You would think that I've done this before. Value 3 and the sequence 30. So let's save this and test. We can check here. Show form. Status. Okay, now we have open in progress completed. Cool. So we have done with this. Now we need to work with the really cool feature of ServiceNow, which is called Flow Designer. So, the Flow Designer. What makes ServiceNow apps powerful is automation. So, we'll automate a simple notification for when a task is assigned. So, we're going to dispatch a notification when we save the record of the new task. So, here we are going to the Flow Designer and we hit the Create New, and we can name this a Flow Task Assignment Notification. We don't need to describe it, and we hit Submit. So now we have started to create a task using the Flow Designer. So first, what we need to select is the trigger. So when we wanna trigger this flow, it's with when the task is when the new task is created or updated. Task table. So here, when the new record is created on the task table or when it's updated, and that should be it. So now we would have to add an action, and the action what we wanna select is the send notification. What we wanna do, we wanna send the notification when the task record, task table record is created. Here we don't have a notification. So we should save this. And now we need to create this notification. So we'll get back to this. So here we can go into this again, and we're gonna go into the notifications table. So notification, we can name it a task table notification. It's gonna use task table. We don't need to select the category. When to send. So when the notification is triggered, that's very important. And I'll explain to you later why. Who will receive? We want to send a notification to whoever is going to be in the assigned to field here. We can lock this. Then what it will contain, we don't want template. Subject line, we can say you have a new task, and then message, you can say hi, and then the assigned to field, we can collect the name. Here is the field. Hi, this, whoever is in the assigned to field, you have a new task, and then we're gonna put the task name. and due date. You have a new task to complete by the due date. you have a new task. Uh, Thanks, admin. So let's save this notification. We can preview it here. Okay, that looks fine. Now we need to go back to our flow and we need to find this notification here. See? Save. But this is only because we have set this send when triggered. If we put like when record is inserted or updated, it will not show. But never mind, we can for insert or update when submitted. Okay, we can just ignore this. Reload form. Okay, now we have our notification here. We can activate it. And now it's ready. Now, before we wrap this up, let's test the application. If we go to this task table and you can find it like this, we create a new record, task name, we can take the kids from the kindergarten. Assign to whatever. Let's just select this able tutor. Due date today. We can do it tomorrow. We have to get kids tomorrow. Status open. Hit submit. Now we should have the notification already. So to check this, we need to go to the email table. The logs, and here we have this notification. You have a new task. Take the kids from the kindergarten to complete by thanks admin. So everything works smoothly. Your app is officially ready to use. Now, congratulations. You've just built your very first application in ServiceNow. How did it feel? Let me know in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and share it with anyone you know who's starting their ServiceNow journey. Don't forget to subscribe for more tutorials like this and check out these videos for your next step in mastering ServiceNow development. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, keep building, keep learning, and keep growing.